And we're back. Guys, welcome to my Old School Essentials class deep dive. We're going to go through each class, and look at like the features and how the class works, where its place is in the game world, because sometimes we're just doing this all wrong. And we're going to start off with the Acrobat because that is a class that people do not know how to play. If you're taking an Acrobat into the dungeon, it's going to die really quickly. He's going to feel useless to you. You're not going to get to use all the cool features that you really wanted to. So, if the Acrobat doesn't belong in the dungeon, where does he belong? How does he fit into OSE? OSE is a dungeon crawling and hex crawling adventure system. That's what it does. If you take him out into the world to, he's going to get lost, he's going to get attacked by random monsters, he's going to die. So we have to find a place for the Acrobat. And that place is in towns, in cities, and in noble courts. If we use downtime, which I'm a big proponent and I'm always like talking about downtime. If you're using downtime, if your dungeon master is letting you play in between sessions, that is when you use your Acrobat. You can take him on scouting missions. He can be a spy, do espionage in enemy territory. This is how you use the class. He gets invited to a noble court to perform, maybe do a little juggling tricks. Everyone's so happy to see him. He doesn't need a disguise like the assassin. His face is welcome. He's been invited to this place where these secrets are kept. And when nobody's looking, he's going to slink off into the darkness using his move silently skill. Maybe he's going to hide up in the rafters with hide in shadows, and he's going to hear the things that he should not be hearing, so he can take that information back to his friends, back to his allies, back to his king, and he can serve the table in a way that he cannot do in the dungeon. If you're taking the Acrobat into the dungeon, why not take a thief instead? It's a dexterity-based class, he's got leather armor, he can shoot his missiles, and the thief can unlock doors, can find treasure traps. He actually has a function in the dungeon, whereas the Acrobat excels in light. So we're going to take him out of the darkness and put him in the limelight. Let's take a look at the actual class itself in OSE. So let's look over here at page 28, and you can see that there are no prerequisites to play this class. That's awesome. We roll 3d6 down the line. It's old school. You know what that means? You're going to have crappy stats. And that doesn't feel good sometimes. You're like, man, I really wanted this guy to live. He's got 1 HP. He's got a +0 to his attack modifier. But the Acrobat actually circumvents this problem. It's a percentile-based class. So the more levels he gets, the higher chance he has of success. It doesn't matter what your modifier is. Even if you have like a +0, if you're using your tumbling attack, you're going to have +4. That's awesome. But you're never going to use your tumbling attack in the dungeon. You need to have light to be able to see in the dungeon. If you have a light source, if you have a torch burning or a lantern, your position is given away. You're not going to surprise anybody. There's not going to be a jump on anyone. And that's just the way it goes. This is a human. He thrives in the city. Get him a grappling hook, first of all, with a rope. Get him a pole, like a pole arm or a 10-foot pole, and he will serve you much better than he ever could in the dungeon. He's gonna scale out of his window, hook his grappling hook, scale across to like an open court to the next window, tight walk his way across, maybe scale up the castle walls itself. He's going to be eavesdropping, right? He's listening in on conversations. He's hearing the secrets. Maybe he's stealing stuff. They are useful in some ways for stealing stuff. And then, okay, worst case scenario, he gets spotted. Well, you drop down on top of the enemy, whack, hit him with your pole, you got the +4 to your attack, you're set up. You knock him out, you get the heck out of there. You use your jump, your climb, you have this vaulting ability, you can get away. You're wearing leather armor. No one can keep up with you. You're not bogged down with the clunky plate wearers like you would be in the dungeon who are slowing you down. You're rolling solo in downtime. This class is a downtime class. XP thresholds. What's like, let's see, it's 1200 XP to level this guy up. So easy. He can carry that much on his own. Goes into enemy territory, large sack, 2 small sacks, and a backpack. He's got 1600 coins. He's ready to go. He can level up. One class that he gets compared to a lot, because they both do infiltration, is the assassin. But the assassin actually has a higher XP threshold. So that's one up that he has on the assassin. He can't do the disguise stuff, but he doesn't need to. He can get in, he can level up faster, get better percentile skills, have more HP, survive for another adventure. I have a lot of love for the Acrobat. I think he's a really cool class, but we got to stop playing him wrong. You need to use him in downtime. Steal this information, bring it back to the table, bring it back to your friends during game night. They can make plans, they can plot. You open up the game world so much more than just a dungeon crawling adventure whenever you have little satellite classes operating out in the world in between game session. You're going to find that this class actually gets used effectively. You get to activate some of these abilities if you are playing in downtime, but you'll never see them in the dungeon or if you're hex crawling. So yeah, the tumbling attack, that is only going to happen where there's light sources, where there's torches already burning and people are expecting to see torches burning. Evasion, we didn't even touch on that. That is a huge feature, and what it does is if you get caught, so either there's one guard, you smack him with your tumbling attack and you get out of there because you're wearing leather armor and you're faster, or worst case scenario, there's multiple enemies, right? There's multiple guards. You hop down and you use the evasion feature, you get away, you outrun everyone, and they don't even get the bonus to attack. Like, this is perfect stuff. I think that the Acrobat should be played in downtime exclusively. They do not belong in the dungeon. Take a thief instead if you want to have that leather wearing missile character. They're better for the dungeon. The Acrobat thrives in one-on-one solo play. Now, if you disagree, that's cool. I would love to see it in the comments. Guys, you've been awesome. I am so pleased to say that we have over 500 subscribers on the channel. Like, you are the best. You guys are giving me great comments every time. So much engagement. This has been a fun and wild ride. I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of content. It's a little different than normal. It's different than the solo play, but I really want to get into each class. I think it's important. And so the next one up is the Assassin. That will be coming out pretty soon. And I think I'm going to try something a little different with the solo plays. As I'm progressing through those, I think I want to show you some of my minis as well. So maybe we can do like some video capture of like my minis, maybe engaging. I'll play out the solo play and then maybe add in some of like the minis to like play it out, so it's a little bit more visually stimulating than just my glorious hands. So guys, thanks for all the support. It's been a blast. Hit like and subscribe if you liked it. All right, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.